Can't see my screen.
Okay, okay. So today my talk is restricted kinematic alignment. So now the current trend is to evaluate the alignment, coronal alignment, MPTA and LDH, and arithmetic HKA that is calculated with MPTA minus LDH. So maybe this is imply the patient constitutional alignment as long as there is no bone defect. Okay. In other words, so this angle is the LDFA when LDFA no, femur articular surface and the tibia articular surface are parallel to each other. So that's why this is the pre-disease condition, pre-arthritis condition. Before the osteoarthritis, when this knee or normal situation, healthy situation, these femur and the tibia articular surface were parallel to each other. So there is still there are tips intact cartilage on both condyles. But okay, after disease, due to the cartilage weight, medial size come closer, and lateral size stay. Yes, the prejudice articular cartilage thickness in most cases. So anyway, so aim of RKA is to make a limit in terms of LDFA, MPTA, and AHKA. So manipulate these angles. Of course, the deformity and the constitutional alignment is not so is nearly normal, no, nearly healthy. So this angle as is also apart from the neutral situation. So in most study, in terms of LDFA, there is maybe around plus minus 5 degrees or plus minus 3 degrees, or in some report, bulbous LDFA can be allowed than the bulbous LDFA. So maybe this McDessie McEwen allowed more steep bulbous alignment. But limitation of the bulbous LDFA is a little bit narrower than the bulbous LDFA.
How much? Varus means 93.
I don't know. No, I don't know. They define these angles, but no evidence so far. No evidence based on their experience or feeling. But basically, I believe so. LDFA is average LDFA is 3 degrees in bulbous, maybe not perpendicular in most cases. So I believe so. Bulbous LDFA is not usual. So extreme alignment or so some kind of bone wear on the femur side. So I think it must be corrected. Bulbous LDFA must be corrected. I think. In terms of MPTA, they allow 85 to 95 plus 5 degrees from the neutral. But please imagine 5 degrees in bulbous. Yeah, it's very strange. I can't accept this. So Makdesi and McEwen allows only 3 degrees in Vargas in terms of MPTA. But I want to restrict the Vargas alignment up to 0 degrees. I don't want to allow the Vargas and the MPTA after the operation. Because some patient have the vertically perpendicular neutral MPTA or slight Vargas MPTA. But I think so. My restriction is 5 degree of Vargas for LDFA and up to neutral. And for the tibia, I allow 5 or 6 degrees of Vargas, but I never allow Vargas. Yes. And as a result, I follow his limitation. About arithmetic TKA, I will allow up to 6 degrees in Vargas and 3 degrees on Vargas. This patient may be to the lateral osteoarthritis, maybe not for median, yeah. Because so preoperative alignment of LDFA and MTV can be extreme, such as 82 degrees of LDFA and the Vargas MTVA. Anyway, so we call this limitation as the boundary. So which is the best boundary? Nobody knows so far. As I said, this boundary has been decided based on their experience or philosophy or feeling. Maybe, but near future, now, at least MBTA, the limitation or both boundary or limitation can be decided based on a lot of data. But so far, so there are very few reports, more than 10 years, maybe only one from the Stephen Hauer, Professor Hauer. He is the innovator of kinematic analysis. But other reports, I think up to 7 or 8 years. But I think it is very important. So more than 10 years and 15 years of result. Because this extreme alignments, for example, such as 5 degrees of Vargas, 7 degrees, 8 degrees, can cause subsidence or loosening during the long duration. So, for mechanical reason says that kinematic alignment has a bump. Or that is, how can I say, the bump is bounced more after defined time. 10 seconds, 1 second, but this is a bomb is set for the 10 years, after 10 years. All kinematic alignment, TKA, will be broken, they say. So they have the bump in their needs. So anyway, I don't know exactly. So in the next 5 or 10 years, we've got a lot of data that includes extreme alignment in terms of MPTA and arithmetic HKA. So anyway, so far, I think everyone agree with his decision, plus minus 3 degrees or plus minus 5 degrees. It is normal. So that's why the ROSA and most robot limit their coronal alignment up to 5 degrees, and both LDFA and FPTA. So anyway, so this is a restriction alignment. So my boundary is no. So my boundary is -3 degrees to 3 degrees, and 5 or 6 degrees in bars, but never. No. 5 degrees of burgers, but never bars. NPDA allow 5 or 6 degrees of bars, but never burgers. That's all. So, this is a robot. Using a robot, the control of these alignment is very easy. Then using the robot, we can get the new strategy to for the personalized total alignment. This is based on the gap balancing. The aim of this functional alignment is decide the cutting and bone cutting alignment in both femur and the tibia based on the data, intraoperative laxity data. So in the initial step of this robot operation, we can get the laxity. That means the distance from the bone and the bone, and the vagus and the varus stress on the media atlaters. So this space between the bone, and then we can add the bone cut thickness for the tibia and femur. Then we can get the bone space, bony space, bone gap. That can be estimated using the intraoperative laxity data. So that is a completely different preoperative data. Preoperative data, we can get only the bone thickness and alignment. But using the robot, we can get intraoperative laxity data. That's the more reliable. Then, this is the virtue of the computer, because in the computer, they can calculate the bony gap and implant gap in every knee angles. They can calculate. Then we can, after the operation, remove osteophyte and then get the laxity in both medial and the lateral side. Then on the computer, we can manipulate the betas and the burgers and the flexion and the extension angle. Then computer screen displays their medial and the lateral gap in respective knee angle. So like the computer game, which angle is the best? So, anyway, this is, or maybe the second advantage of usage of robotics. So many surgeons imagine that the benefit of robotic use is the accuracy. Accuracy. So the accuracy is not so important, I think. The accuracy is not so accurate than experienced surgeon. So, but even in the experienced surgeon, it is impossible to manipulate the bone cutting thickness and make the balance. Yeah. So furthermore, this technique is maybe for, better for the PS component. So PS component is basically it for the gap balancing technique. The concept of PS is destroy everything, leaving the minimum soft tissue, that's a medial lateral, collateral, and the sacrifice of cruciate, both cruciates, and sometimes the release, make the release, and make the balance. So based on the mechanical stability and mechanical balance. So this is the extreme case of gap balancing. Perfect gap balancing technique using the modern computer technique. So it is the second advantage of the robotic use. And then there is the third advantage of robotic use. Okay, I will explain later. Anyway, please remember that this functional alignment technique is the advantage and the virtue of the robotic use. はい、何回も言ってると思うけど、要するにロボットなんで使うかっていう理由はこれ一つ。ロボットなかったらこれはもうできない。まあ、ナビゲーションでもできるけど、ここまであんまり成功なことはできないから。だからみんなロボット使うたら正確に骨切るっていうんだけど、みんな知ってるようにロボット使ったからそんなに正確に切れるわけ。も特にギャップしてる人らは、やっぱり、すべての可動域で、こう、ギャップを表すことができる。骨切りをする前。みんなギャップはある程度骨切りしてからまた合わせたりとかせんとか。これは骨切りする前から合わせるっていうのが大事なところです。はい。というところで、じゃあ、残りしました。で、岡島先生がようやくパブリッシュできましたんで。OK。
昨日の人、ソフトウェア一回外して見てからもう一回巻いといた方がいいですね。
それだけ見ておいて。
はい
うん。OK, fine. So today we have